Hey everyone, welcome back. So in this video, I will be sharing with you how I sculpt a gel nail, and these are the products I will be using. The YoungNails Clear Sculptor, IBD Hard Gel, and this Alpha Brush number 6 oval brush. So here I'm just showing you the YoungNails Clear Sculptor, and this gel is a really thick gel, and it's not one that levels by itself, and I like to use this to build just the tip of the nail, and because it's so thick and it won't move, you can do multiple nails at a time. So I start off by just taking a big bead or whatever you would like to call it, and I place it right at the free edge of the nail, and then I just kind of lightly drag it down to whatever length I want on the nail form. And once I do that, I start to shape it, and for this nail I'm making it a square nail. But if you want to do like a different shape, like a coffin or a stiletto nail, once you can start to form that shape. And if necessary, you can always wipe your brush off and then clean up the sides before you cure it in the light. And also, if you don't have enough gel to complete this part of the process, you can always go back and get a little more, because I think doing this, that's what I did just now. I just got a little more and added it to a few spots of the nail that I felt was missing some product. And then I just continue to form the nail. You don't want to work with it too much because you can cause bubbles in the nail, and a lot of times that doesn't bother me because I cover up the nail with color anyway. But if you don't want bubbles, don't move the gel around a lot. Then I cured it in my light for about a minute, and I use an LED UV light. And this is the IBD Hard Gel, and as you can see, it's a thinner viscosity than the gel I used before. Now, I don't normally use IBD gel. I like to use either YoungNails or Light Elegance, but I use my IBD for when I practice. So I start by just taking a little bit on my brush, and as you see, I am stroking it across the entire nail to do what's called a wet or slip layer, and this helps the gel that you put on top move around and go where you want it to go without actually having to move the gel, because like I said, you move the gel a lot, you will tend to get a lot of little bubbles and stuff. So after doing the wet layer, I take another bigger glob or bead of gel, and then I place it close to the cuticle. You don't want to put it directly on there, and then I kind of walk it back into place around the cuticle area, and then I just start floating it down the nail to cover up the full tip. And of course, you can always add more if you feel like you need more. And also, when you walk it down the nail, you can do it in like a sweeping motion side to side. I've seen that done before, and sometimes I do that, but this time I just didn't. And then, you know, always make sure that the gel isn't running all over the place. And if it is, just wipe off your brush. Or if you have a cleanup brush, you can take that and just wipe around the sides, because you don't want the gel to be on the to cure on the skin, because it can cause like problems, and it's just not a good thing for the gel to be on the skin. And once you are done covering the nail with the gel, you can turn the hand upside down, so that way gravity can help the gel help you form the apex of the nail. And then I cured that for a minute in my light, and this is what the nail looks like after I took it out of the light. And now it's time for filing. I did do filing in a previous video. So when I sculpt, sometimes there's little hangover on the edges underneath, so I like to start with that first. And then I just go in, and also I am using a 100 grit file. You can use different grits if you prefer. Just this time, this was the used file that I normally use for my practice nails, and it was just sitting on my table, so that's what I grabbed. So yeah, you can get the side walls of the nail, and then do the sides of the nail. You always want, since this is a square shape, I'm holding the file straight against the nail and filing it, trying to keep the shape. And then I do the sides first, and then the free edge, and then I go over the top of the nail in like a side to side motion. You know, I do like 2-3 strokes one side, then the middle, then the other side. You know, do whatever you are comfortable with. Just because this was what nail and gel is, at least for me, it's easier to file than acrylic is. So I just hand filed this. I didn't even use my electric file. But most times I will take my electric file and go around the cuticle area when I do it on myself or a person, just to help seal around that, so I don't take chances and, you know, file the skin on the hand with the hand file. And it's easier to get in the cuticle area with the hand file than it is the e-file. At least for me it is. So yes, just continue filing the nail the way that you normally do it. Don't forget to keep the shape and all that stuff. And yes, there was a little piece missing at the tip of the nail on the underside, but I figured this is just a practice nail and there's no need to go back and fix that. So I didn't even bother. I just left it like that. And yeah, after filing, I did buff the nail. And if you didn't notice, I left the video in real time, so that way you can see better what I am doing with the nail. So, yeah, I think that's basically it. So I just continue filing here, then I buff the nail, and then I decided to paint it. I wasn't going to, I was just gonna leave it because I just wanted to show how I sculpt a nail with gel, but I decided, let me go throw some polish on. So after this, I do that, and I'm using Madame Glam's xoxo, which is a gorgeous color. Love it so much. And when it comes to the polishing part, I do speed that up. So I am going to say goodbye right here. So thank you for watching. Really appreciate it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram at the Nail Glow Up. And until next time, peace out, y'all.